Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Northwest Native Tracker, where we examine Bigfoot ground spore and native lore. And today we got a passed out puppy enjoying herself. Yes, I'm near a roadway. However, I am down in Bearwoman's area at the old structure the old man showed me. One that's got this beautiful twist. The rib cage looked to one side of it, and the end is buried, the top is buried in the ground. Native lore says that bear people and badger people will both bury the top of a tree that they bend over as a way of delineating that it's meant to be a permanent marker, a permanent place that you can come to, you can trade with them, interact with them, and it's safe. They will also use these kind of permanent markers if they are putting in a major trail marker. I know of one tree in this area that is an old trail marker that has the end buried. I will go down and film that or take a picture of it. Probably take a picture of it because I'm going to have to blur out the houses around it, because the community built up around that particular ancient marker, and it marks a trail trade system that goes between Northern California up through Oregon, Washington, Yukon, and into the lower part of Alaska. It's a very ancient trading trail that my mother made me aware of. So bear people average about 8 foot in height. They can get bigger. They're chocolate brown, some are black. They usually have a lighter toned fur on their faces. They have very bear-like looking heads. They have very primate looking bodies, though overall they have primate legs and arms, longer arms. Their shoulders are quite wide. They have primate like hands, but their feet are a little different. Their feet are almost like a cross between a bear's foot and a dogman's foot with the heel down. They have that same ability to spread their toes like other primates. They don't seem to pull this big toe back as often in their movements, but I have seen it. So those are a few differences. And I would consider these part of the Sabe people. So I want to come down here and I want to show you the marker that's recently put in place, which is this little X over here. That's new. It wasn't here before when I documented this area previously. And then there is some new foraging evidence down here. So this is a patch of cattails. And somebody or something has been pulling cattails out of the marsh edge, pond edge, and eating the root, because the root is very edible. And there's quite a bit of foraging evidence in here. It's about a 8-foot patch by about 4 or 5 foot across, and there's several areas where it looks like handfuls of stuff have been dropped, and the ends are missing the roots. So down here I want to kind of show you, this one looked like it might have been in the process of foraging when the individual moved. And then the one behind it's completely undisturbed. There's no breakage on it at all. Normally you pull the root out, you peel it backwards, you take the leaves and peel them backwards, and it will expose a little 4 to 6 inch long, thumb-sized to about quarter-sized root that's very edible. It's nutritious. Sometimes if the water's not too bad in the area, it will have a nice clean, almost celery or cucumber taste to it. Otherwise it might be a bit brackish in its taste, but it's something you can survive on. And this is one of the food sources and materials that I collected when I was on my turnout. I collected cattail root a lot because I really liked it, along with asparagus and a few other things. But it's also a very versatile plant. You can use the leaves to weave shoes, make hats, you can make shawls, clothing. You can also use it as padding on the ground to give you a little insulation. You can weave a mat, put over it. etc. So it can also be used to cover a structure. If you're wanting to make a waterproof roof or windproof walls, bundles of rush leaves will work very well to do that. And in some parts of the world, indigenous people weave mats out of this to make their homes out of. So internationally, this is a very useful plant. Additionally to being able to eat the root, you can also eat the catkin, but you have to grind it and add it to flour. You know, if you've got ground acorn meal and you're running out of your acorn meal, natives would occasionally mix catkin tops with their flour to give them more volume, and that would prolong the amount of time that you could cook with the material and add it as your food source. The other useful things about this plant is that the catkin stalk stem is hollow. So you can go along the edge of a brackish, sullied pond, find a, feeder spring, which are usually, you'll have 4 or 5 feeder springs and even a small pond if you know how to find them. So you find the little feeder spring and it'll have this kind of little clear bubbly spot in the middle. You stick that catkin straw down into the spring and you can actually drink fresh water from the spring and eliminate, for the most part, your chances of getting dysentery from drinking brackish water, because you'll be drinking, straight out of a clean water source, unlike the rest of the pond. And another thing that can be done with the rush stem that's hollow is it can be lit and used as a candle. It's very slow burning material, and you can use it to light an area for quite some time. About a 15-inch piece of rush supposedly will burn for a few minutes every night for quite some time. You'll be able to burn it for an hour or so. You can walk across a field, for instance, get back home if you're going between 2 places. You can use it to light long enough to make a meal or do something that you need to do at night and preserve it. Or if you're trying to travel somewhere and you can't see anything, it is a light source you can hold closer to the ground because of the length of it. So those are some things to keep in mind about rushes and that kind of material. So just wanted to give you a little bit of info on that kind of behavior and give you, some first-hand look. I've also noticed that there are quite a few more deer pinning sticks and fishing sticks down here. That's your Y sticks. The heavier ones, like that one, would be used for deer pinning. And there's I think another one up here. It looks more like it might be a fishing stick because it's not got the same look to it, and it's got a lopsided Y. And usually the ones that are used to pin deer, the 2 pieces will be equal in size. If it's being used for a net, usually you got one end that's a little longer. It doesn't have to be as nicely formed because you're using it for a different task. So those are a couple of uses for Y sticks. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Mark right above me. And I hope this has given you a little bit of information on behaviors to expect out of bear people. Bigfoot will also forage like this, so it's not an uncommon food source. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed. Thank you to everyone who is a longtime member. You're an iron nail. I love you very much. So if you enjoy this, please consider donating to help me get out on the road. I would really like to be able to go down south and document more stuff in the redwoods. There's a lot of things down there I'd love to show you. And I finally have an account set up to create a payment plan for my Patreon. I'll be working on that, and I'll let you know when I got that dealt with. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the little video here, and I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody who has donated. I've made almost $1,200. I have not touched it. I will not touch it until I have my first goal obtained, and then, you know, we'll get started on getting me on the road. Anyway, thank you everyone. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.